Midwest Box Trucking, back with a quick video on my top 5 states for OTR freight. Okay, and I'm also gonna throw in, tips while there, kind of just like some little things to watch out for while there. But yep, I'm gonna just get into it. My number one state, my favorite state for freight is Michigan. Okay, you usually get good rates going in, you get really good rates coming out, and you don't have to sit long. Usually in Michigan, it's like a in and out deal. They got plenty of, freight, automotive, manufacturing. So my experiences when in Michigan, it's always like a good deal. I don't have any periods where I just sat excessively. So that's kind of what I look for, when I pick a state to take a load into, you know, how well or how easy is it going to be for me to get back out. So Michigan has always been great for that. Now, on the flip side of that, Michigan is probably the number one state I would say that I see doing DOT inspections. I don't see a whole lot of, passenger vehicles pulled over. It seemed like, you know, everybody in Michigan doing 90 miles per hour. But as far as on the lines of DOT inspections, every other exit I see a truck pulled over getting inspected by I think the Michigan trucks are like blue, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I see them all the time. And like I say, I'm in traffic. I see a guy, phew, he doing 90, and they just sitting there like, hey, kind of like Illinois. but but if on the DOT inspections, oh yeah, be careful, cause yeah, they on top of it. I think they know everybody coming there for freight and in and out for freight. So yeah, they eating off them DOT inspections. So be careful. My second, top state for OTR freight is going to be Ohio. Okay, once again, it's similar to Michigan. You get pretty good rates going in, you can get pretty good rates coming out. When you get to Ohio, I'm just going to tell you, you're going to see a big sign. It says, find it here. The only thing I ever found in Ohio is the cops, okay? So I'm just being straight with you. When you are in Ohio, be careful. I think every 3 to 4, you know, the medians in the middle of the road, every 3 to 4 of those, it's a, trooper sitting there, and he's right at the edge, on edge. I came through Ohio one time, and I couldn't make this up. It was literally a trooper laid across the hood of his car on the shoulder of the road with the radar pointed like a firearm. I mean, he was laid diagonally across the hood of his car on the shoulder of the road. And I'm like, man, this got to be the unsafest act I done seen in a long time. Like, if somebody came up that road and like rear-ended him, he was gonna turn into a projectile out of a slingshot. Cause I'm like, man, is the ticket really worth it? But with that being said, be careful in Ohio, okay? Third top state, and it's only above the fourth top state because it's closer to home, Indiana. Most spots in Indiana, especially Lafayette, Logansport, uh, it's a few other, Muncie, uh, it's a few, other very good spots in Indiana. So, throughout Indiana, that's another good spot to get freight. And once again, I usually get good rates going in and get good rates coming out. And like I said, Indiana is only above my fourth state, which is Tennessee, because Indiana is closer to home. I actually like, Tennessee. And wait, I'm leaving something out. Indiana does a lot of DOT inspections also. See them all the time. So when you're coming through Indiana, you want to be careful. Pretty much they, right along the lines of how many troopers I see, Ohio, and then how many inspections I see, Michigan. So pretty much you want to be careful coming through Indiana. Watch your operation. Make sure you following all of the road laws as far as where trucks are and aren't supposed to be. That's gonna matter. But yeah, they're on top of things in Indiana also. Okay, but then you got Tennessee. I like Tennessee. They are really, really, good for freight. The Nashville area, and not just Nashville. Is it Gallatin, Tennessee? I've got a lot of good freight out of there. Man, Tennessee is a good spot. Tennessee is a good spot to be, and most of their loads also pay well going in and coming out. Okay, so yep, Tennessee will fall right up under Indiana at number 4. And then number 5 being Illinois, that's where I'm from. So, and it's definitely number 5. Illinois to me isn't, you know, you don't always get the greatest rates out of, Illinois, but you will get some good runs, because you could pretty much go anywhere. So you can get some good runs. You can rack up some miles. So on that side in Illinois, you can always, find stuff in and out. So that's a pretty good deal. More stuff to me going out than coming in, because a lot of times the closest I'm able to get back home is like Indiana, which is good. From Indiana back home, it don't cost me anything. So I mean, that's a pretty good deal. But yeah, I rarely get a load directly back into Illinois. It's usually Indiana, or they'll get me back into like Michigan or something like that, which is cool. But yeah, those would be the top 5 states, for freight. And then, you guys kind of comment and let me know, what your experiences are as far as, where you get good, paying freight out of, or are able to get in and out of quickly, because some places you got to wait. That's just kind of what I've experienced. Like sometimes, you just got to wait for a load, and I did more going east than west. A lot of times when you get to going west, man, it's a whole different ball game. Like Texas, they just called me with a load this morning trying to send me to Laredo. And I'm like, no, they always try to send me to Laredo. And you get $1,300-$1,400 going in there sometime, and then you might have to sit 1,300-1,400 days before they before they could get you back out. So it's like, no. And I'm gonna be honest, I do my research. I've never even been to Laredo, but I talked to other drivers and they've told me, yeah, dude, I've sat for 3-4 days. Man, no, I don't even want the $1,200-$1,300 to go sit in Texas for 3 or 4 days to wait to get 60 to 70 cent. And that's in my Sprinter. But get 60 to 70 cent back. Man, no. I'm good. But I've heard that sometimes on the box trucks, it can be very different, so don't quote me on the Texas thing, because like I said, I just don't go. And that's because with the vans, they end up stuck in Laredo, and that's a whole nother issue. So you guys let me know what, is going on in Texas on the box truck scene, because yeah, I'm not 100% sure. And then you got places like New York, New Jersey, and New Hampshire. I mean, I feel like you can get good money going into them areas, but it's not worth it, because now you running the risk of safety, crazy drivers, then they got weird insurance laws and all type of other stuff that you want to watch out for when you in New York. Yeah, it's different. Read up on the New York insurance laws. So somebody could hit you and they want to, have a percentage of fault, who did, and if it's 20% your fault, then they only got to pay 80%. Wait, what? So I'm good on the New York, New Jersey, New Hampshire area for the most part. Like, it got to be a really good day for me to go up there. So, same way with Texas, from my experiences. And then you got places like Iowa, Kansas, and Missouri, which to me are on the slower side, but you could definitely get freight out of there. You may have to wait a day or so, but I think you can kind of get freight out of those areas. And then I heard California is a pretty good area, but I don't know if I want to deal with the traffic over there or the mountains and all that other stuff going that way. So I ain't gonna hold you guys up. This is like, just my top 5 states for OTR freight with tips, and then I threw in the other ones just to kind of, touch on it. Like I said, you guys let me know, what your experiences have been, getting freight over the road, and what are good areas for box trucks. Because I'm actually, trying to get more information on it myself. So you guys, let me know, and like, comment, subscribe. You'll be seeing more material like this coming from me in the near future. So stay tuned, and you guys stay safe out there. Take it easy and have a good one. Appreciate you.